Good evening. Welcome to My Psychic Connection. I'm your host, Journey Ryan, and yes, guys, I am back, even though technically, voice-wise, I was here Monday and Tuesday. But Faith was having some tech problems with some of her stuff, so I had to join in and help read questions and call out names. I hope everybody had an amazing 4th. I had fun lighting off all the fireworks, and then afterwards putting out the 6 fires that the fireworks left after the packages decided to continue to stay scalding hot. So don't worry, guys. They all got put out. Nobody was hurt. But I'm very glad to see everybody here, and I hope everybody is ready. And thank you for the happy birthdays. I do appreciate that. And my husband. People are remembering. Very excited about that, guys. Now, my little helper that helps out in the back is not with me right now and will be with me here shortly. So, guys, please bear with me. If you see me looking down and I'm writing names as they're walking through the door and making sure I get everybody on the list. Remember, guys, you guys can jump the list, and that will guarantee your reading. We only do the jump the list part for the first half an hour of the show. After that, we just take everybody on the list as they come. Guys, please keep in mind that we are only here for 1 hour during our summer shows. We will go back to the 2 hour in September when we go back to the MPC Live, not MPC Summer Live, which is the little twist on our name here. But it keeps everybody finding our name without a problem. So I hope everybody is ready. And please, like I said, bear with me. But it is Monday. That means I am here with Nikki Taylor. Nikki, what's up?
Hi, guys. I'm so excited to be here.
I know. I'm excited, too. And now everybody can see me now.
Yeah, it's nice to be back with you, Journey. In the flesh.
The flesh. All right, guys. I'm going to post this here for you. It is our jump. Oh, that is not the jump list. All right, let me jump on board on that one, guys. Sorry about that. All right. Let's go ahead and post that. Here we go. All right, so tonight it's only going to be myself and Nikki. Some others are having some tech issues, so hopefully they can get those things taken care of and be able to join us. That would be Jesse Slate, who may come in and surprise us, but we'll see how that goes. And all right, guys, I hope you guys are ready. I'm ready. And Nikki, how about you? Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm pretty super ready. Let's do this.
All right, let's do it. All right, so our first person in line is Jalapeno. Jalapeno Popper, come on down. You're the first one on our list. And then Christina A., get your question ready. But Jalapeno, go ahead and throw us your question. What is going on here? Only part of it went through. Let's try that again. See, tech problems all over the place. I know that Mercury's not retrograde anymore, but other planets still are, and a new one went into retrograde. Also, guys, we have on My Psychic Connection on Facebook and on Instagram, each day we're going to start some astrology stuff, a little bit of knowledge to know about the person born on that day specifically. It's not about the year, it's about the day. So these will give you a little bit of ideas. Let's say you got a new boyfriend or you got a new girlfriend and they were born on those days. And you're like, what do I get them for their birthday? What do I expect from them? This will give you an idea. It's not always the exact, but it definitely gives you an idea of what they may want or what they may be interested in or things they're drawn to. So gives you a little bit of their character traits, what's a good gift for them, their personality, what their love like, what they're like in a relationship. It's pretty cool. All right, so Jalapeno, are you with me? Where's my jalapeno popper? All right, while we wait for Jalapeno to go ahead and join us, I'm going to check the jump list just in case. Up there it is. It says, hi, could you tell us where you see my son in future with the type of job, relationship, and anything else you see for him? Well, let's start off with the age of your son as well, because that's going to help me with numerology, which also helps Nikki as well, as he's amazing with numbers. And so that'll help give us a little bit of information. And also, he is 20. Okay. Well, all right, so right up.
What happened?
There I am. I don't know what's going on there. But what I saw in his situation when it comes to your son is I definitely feel that relationship-wise, things are going to change for him. Currently in a relationship, this is not the relationship he's going to be in for forever. I'm not seeing this as the long-term. I'm seeing other interests and things like that, but never acted upon them. But definitely see a tie to a relationship. This won't be the end-all game person. This is not the person he's marrying. As it comes for types of jobs, I do feel like he's going to do a little bit of exploring of what's out there. So I keep seeing not really having that exact direction as to when or where he's going to go, because I feel like he wants to do a lot of things, and I keep seeing him wanting to work for himself, but at the same time, I keep seeing him, doing different things. So I feel like he's going to test the waters on some stuff, but as it comes to, he would make a great lawyer because he is very factual and he stands his ground well and doesn't go off of stories. He likes facts. So if he were ever interested in something like law, he would be extremely well with it. But I keep seeing him working for himself. I feel like he's going to test out a bunch of different things. But, I mean, not that they're bad jobs, but I just don't feel like he's like, okay, I get it. Every day, 9 to 5, this is fun, but I want to work for me. I want to do something for me. So I keep seeing him. Now, him working for himself doesn't look like until he's 25. So we're looking at a 5-year span before he gets to that point. She says, yes, he is with Ups now. Yeah, I feel like he'll keep that for a while. Says, yes, he wants a business. Absolutely. And that's what I see him leaning towards. But I do feel like he's going to do a few little other jobs first before we get to him finding that business that he wants. Now, I'm not going to say that he's not going to start a couple small businesses, but I don't see any of them, really working out. So I do feel like there's going to be like a few little businesses. Don't let those discourage him, as I feel like the first 2 tries, he will not be as successful as he would like to be. But if he continues, he's going to figure out the ins and outs, and he's going to find himself in a totally different direction. So I'm going to go ahead and pass this over to Nikki and see what she's got for you.
Hi. Okay. So with your son being 20, that means he's in what's called a 2 rotation, because 2 plus 0 is 2. And so he's going to work his... Oh, sorry. I heard an interference there for a second. So he's going to work his way up through a 9 rotation and go back into a 1. So right now he's in a 2. Now 2 is this feminine number, and feminine energy is about receiving, right? As opposed to masculine energy, which is about putting out and initiating. Feminine energy is very psychic for a reason. Not that men can't be psychic as well, obviously, with Journey here. But it takes in information. It takes in converts it and then puts it back out, right? So this is a time for your son to really be receiving through observation and through life experience. Everything that he participates in, observes, encounters right now is part of what's building his new perspective on things and how he's going to approach the world from here on out. He's in a big time of growth, both spiritual, emotional, and physical. I can see in his cards that he's had a relationship in the past where he really needed to be defensive of himself. So I really see this as kind of a toxic relationship. And I'm not sure if this young woman, you know, being as young as he is, I'm sure there's a lot more potential for he or his partner to have not been as emotionally developed because they're so young. But I definitely see a lack of emotional development with the female that he's been involved with in the past, and a little bit of toxic behavior with that. And some of that just comes from a lack of knowledge, a lack of boundaries, and some of that comes along with age. He has been in a position where he's had to kind of defend his energy and his resources. Right now, he's definitely in a position where he's feeling like he wants to make some major life changes, which is kind of big for his age. Like he's in almost like midlife crisis mode. He's like, all right, what do I want next? I got to do it. I'm ready to change my life. And it's like, slow down, cowboy. You're 20. You're going to be okay. So I think for you as a mother, you want to support that urge he has to really change his path and it's not actually about changing his path. It's more about he wants to get on his forever path. He's ready to get on the road that's leading him to his destiny, even if it's a ways out. So you want to support him in that while also encouraging him to stop and smell the roses along the way. As he moves forward into the near future, I definitely see him working for himself. And that has to do with, he needs to learn his trade through hobbies. So he, like I said, he's in that position of receiving right now. So he's all about taking in. So he needs to be exploring what he loves and what he likes, because not that long ago he was a child, and he needs to reconnect with who is he going to be as a man? What is he really interested in? What are his hobbies? What does he want to do for a living? It's a major learning growth, but I do see him eventually working for himself and having his own business, like Journey said, but he's got some time to discover and unravel that. So I'd encourage him to do that just really naturally without putting too much pressure on himself, because he tends to do that.
Perfect timing. Yeah, that's him. All right. So, yeah, I know that last relationship was pretty toxic, and this one isn't a bad one, but I feel like this is a transitional relationship where he's going to, go into the next relationship knowing a little bit more of what he wants. So, not that the relationship's terrible, just just like Nikki said, not emotionally attached to this person. All right. Well, let's go ahead and check the jump list and see where we're at with that. See if anybody's jumping. That way we're not missing out on them. Oh, there we go. All right, guys. Remember, we can only jump for the first half an hour of the show, and then after that, we are going just down the list as we've got it. All right, Christina A., go ahead and throw us your question. You were next on our list, Christina A. Then Sierra L., get your question ready. You are next. Okay. Christina is here. Christina says, hey guys, for the last 2 or 3 days, I've been getting messages saying someone's missing you and they are close now. Why am I getting these messages so much now? Well, Christina, when we were talking about Ivan coming back into the picture, that you would start to see the signs. And so we're getting closer emotionally to you. As of physically, we're not quite there yet, but we're getting closer. And I keep seeing that because he's thinking about you on a more deeper level, even though he's focused on finances and things like that, when he's getting sidetracked, how we had that thought in the back of our head that keeps playing over and over and over again. That's what's happening with him. So now he's thinking about you. You're the thought in the back of his mind. He's over and over and over again. So I keep seeing here that emotionally he's getting closer to you, but physically we're not quite there yet. So he's not going to appear at the moment. So I still feel like we got a little bit more time on that, maybe 2-3 weeks, right around that time frame. Because he's thinking about you so much, it's definitely making that energy push him in that direction. So these are the things that we were talking about. We want this to happen naturally, organically. That way he can go in that direction. So he's still in his city and not mine. Correct. He is still in his city. And the reason he is still in his city is because he is focused on his finances. He's trying to make things work. And then you're going to see him he's going to start feeling a little bit more positive about those finances, because he has been gaining that financial gain that he's been looking for. And I do see that now that he's seeing it accumulate, he's feeling very, very positive about it. Very positive about it. So that's just one of those things here. All right. Do you remember? I do remember now you saying I would be getting more signs. Right. Because the more he starts thinking about you, the more energy he's putting to it, you're going to start realizing, okay, it's kind of like how a mother knows she's going to be going into labor at some point soon, because she can feel it. She's preparing for it mentally. She's doing it without realizing she's doing it. In this case, that's just an example, just so you guys know. In this case, you're getting the signs, you're feeling it, knowing that, all right, he's emotionally coming towards me. So that means he's thinking about me more. I wouldn't be surprised if he reaches out and says something. Get ready for that. Prepare yourself for that. But stay calm. Stay calm. We want calm energy. All right. It says this. That's good. His finances are good. Yes. All right. I'm going to pass this over to Nikki. I was looking at something and thought something was freaking out over here. All right. I'm going to pass it to Nikki, see what she's got for you.
Hi, Christina. Okay, so in regards to your question, I don't have any information regarding that, but I do have a lot of information for you here. So looking at your cards and the information that's coming through energetically, I can see that you've recently been in a space, and it's still there. It's really close to you. This energy of discipline and regime and diligence, being in a space where you're really trying to cultivate the things that you want for yourself, and you're cultivating and manifesting them through diligence, discipline, through hard work. I can see that is something that you excel at. It's natural to you, and yet it still can be draining, right? It takes a lot of your energy. And so you have to really participate in recharging yourself after being really diligent and managing your time really wisely, and just being so disciplined. It takes a lot of energy to do that, to create this tight framework around your life in order to cultivate the things you want that way. I can also see that some of that, even though it's what you're naturally good at, there's a difference. It's like we all have these like natural gifts, and we can wield them kind of for good or for bad, although the universe doesn't really play the good bad game. And what that means is we can use our gifts out of joy, or we can use our gifts out of fear, right? So we're really good at this, so I'm going to use it to hustle, and because I'm scared or I'm trying to avoid something. Oftentimes it's poverty, or ending up like our parents, or with relationships, ending up like, our parents' marriage happened. So we use our gifts and we think we're using it towards good, when really it's kind of fear-based. And so I sense a little bit of this for you. Your discipline comes a little bit from anxiety management. Now moving into the present, you're pulling a major arcana card, which is the Star. And here it's saying the universe is really calling you to say, sweetheart, have faith. You don't have to earn everything by the sweat of your brow. You don't have to hustle for everything that you have, babe. Like the universe wants to provide for you, wants to back you up. Remember that. Remember a time in your life where things were easier and you didn't have to expend so much energy. You can go back to that anytime you choose. The universe is really beckoning you to come back to that space. As you move into the near future, you're being called to find a guide. Usually this looks like a therapist. It can be like a traditional therapist, or there's so many different kinds and there's such a spectrum of therapy nowadays. It's so wonderful. And you want to really dissect therapy from mental health, because therapy means to participate in a therapeutic process with a guide. And what the guide is going to allow you to do is to explore any grief or resentment or things you may be aware of or unaware of in your past. And then also explore some of those anxieties and fears about the future in a safe space where before you leave, you can be drawn back to present, right? And not get stuck in the past or the future. That's really important. And that's the value of having a guide, so we can explore the past and future without getting stuck in the woods. And then lastly, you're just being called to stay true to yourself, sweetheart. You've got this. You're doing wonderful. And hard work doesn't have to be joyless. So I'll leave you with that.
Awesome sauce. All right. Well, Christina, thank you so much for that. And I hope you are taking in some of those messages that Nikki has picked up for you. And, take a little bit of that to heart, because I really do believe it will benefit you. All right. So Zambi jumped the list. So Zambi, go ahead and throw us your question. And then after Zambi is going to be Sierra L. So Sierra, keep your question ready, because you will be after Zambi, unless somebody else jumps the list. All right, guys. If you see me looking down, it's because I'm writing down names. We are here for 1 hour, and we will be here all week long. Now, remember, guys, on Friday, we have our witchcraft show, and I am trying to pick up some special guests that know about witchcraft that'll be more than happy to talk to you guys about the craft. So get prepared. Like I said, there will be special guests. So there may be one, or they may just be me. But we'll see. You'll have to come on Friday and find out. All right. I need Zambi. Go ahead, Zambi. Throw us your question. All right. Come on down, Zambi. Going once, going twice. We're going to the next person. Zambi, if you show back up, please let us know you did jump the list. All right. So our next person on the list was Sierra. Sierra L. Go ahead and throw us your question. You were next on our list. I'm checking the jump list to see if anybody else jumped while we wait for the question to come through. All right. And our next person after Sierra is going to be Fairy Dragon. Fairy Dragon, get your question ready. Don't post it yet. We will get to your question right after Sierra. All right. Sierra's question says, "Hi, loves. Was wondering, why doesn't my dad want to come visit me? Are there any messages from Spirit? Thank you." When it comes to your dad's situation, I don't feel that it's not that he doesn't want to visit. I don't feel like that's the case at all, to be honest with you. But here's the thing about your father, is that, is he crossed over? Because I keep seeing him. I see him physically here, but I also see him in the spiritual realm. So if he's not crossed over, then he can astral project. Because that's what I'm seeing here. I'm seeing him in two places at once. which is very odd to me. But anything from Spirit is working on you. No, he's still alive? Okay. Well, newsflash. News update. Your dad can astral project. He I don't know if he does it while he's asleep or if he's purposely doing it, but I do know and see him on both sides. Your dad doesn't want to avoid you, but I do feel like other things are blocking him, and I'm seeing blocks. And I don't feel that it is necessarily against you. When it comes to messages and things of that nature, I do see them wanting you to continue to keep working on yourself. I keep seeing a stop and a go when it comes to your taking care of you. So that seems to be an issue. And like, you'll start working on yourself, you start doing good, and then you stop. And then you start working on yourself, and then you're doing good, and then you stop. And then you work on somebody else because you feel like it's too frustrating to work on yourself. Right now, the best way to help others is to be able to help yourself. Just like I did for this last week. I took a week for myself in order to regather my thoughts, to get things going, to kind of clear the airway. No psychic readings for me, and I just kept going. And, yeah, I did side projects and I did other things that I like to do. But at the same time, we're just working on doing what we need to do for ourselves to heal ourselves so we are good for other people. She says, but he comes often to fish, never to visit, laugh out loud. He often has said he's seen things before. Yeah, your dad does see these things before. But as it comes to, I get that fishing, he goes there to go fishing, but it's not like, again, this is not against you. Fishing is a relief for him. He gets a lot of relaxation from that. So don't take that personally. I do feel like you guys will be able to spend some time together, but I do feel like he's got some emotional blocks that he's going through currently, and it's probably why he's jumping. But I'm going to pass this over to Nikki. I know she's got some messages for you as well.
Okay, honey. So I have to say is I pulled the Emperor card right away, which doesn't always, but often represents the father. And so I have to say, as far as your dad goes, I've got this energy that in his past, historically, he has really desired and wanted to have a strong family unit. So there was some kind of lack of this or some kind of friction or gap in his own family unit growing up. Whether his parents physically stayed together or not, there was something amiss for him. This really resonated with him. So as a young man, creating a family structure was a spiritual endeavor for him. And yet he wasn't able to do that the way he wanted. So I have to ask you then to imagine the kind of grief that would come along with that, right? To think, man, when I get to be a parent, I'm going to do it the right way. And then you do it and you're not able to create the family structure you want. So whether that was his parenting or his relationship with your mother, it wasn't able to come to fruition. And all of a sudden there's this point in time where he realizes, oh my gosh, I am not going to get that chance to rectify like my own childhood and my own experience. I'm not going to get that chance to do what I always thought I was going to do. I need you to know though that even if he wasn't able to cultivate it, that it was his heart's desire. And so some of his resistance to you, which is what it is and what you're feeling, that's the energy you're picking up on, is why is he resistant to me? Why is there a space in between us? It's because you represent that grief to him. A part of you does, right? He sees you and he sees, I didn't do it. I didn't get to do it right. Gotcha. I can definitely understand this for sure. I can tell you that in the near future, though, he's going to be really feeling that, okay, I need to make some changes in my life. He's going to have that really heart-driven desire because at some point, it's like he kind of gave up on it. And not because he doesn't value it anymore, but we tend to give up on something we think we can never have. It doesn't mean we don't value it or we don't want it that still deeply. But at some point we go, well, I'm never going to get it. And it's so painful for us that we have to compartmentalize it so we can move forward and live. And that's kind of what he's done. He is going to be moving away for that, though. He's going to realize that he has the capacity to heal this, but that he's going to realize the ball's in my court. I can change this, but I'm going to have to take the steps. There's some addiction and codependency attached to him, whether it's specifically with him or it was his father. It's in the patriarchal line, so it's in the men in his family. That's another part of it. He may have some guilt or shame around that. And then as far as you, sorry, I know we're up on time, but really quick, I have to tell you, I want you to really take care of your physical health because your emotions are really sitting in your body. And one of those biggest emotions is this. So you've got healthcare change. I'll show them to you. Healthcare change, emotions. Let me turn it so you can read it. Oh, forgiveness. So I would call you to really have compassion and empathy for him, as hurtful as it is to you, and know that his resistance to you is not about you. And forgiveness is such a healing net. You can cast that net over him at any time, and it's going to help usher him back into you that much quicker.
All right. Sorry about that, guys. Everything's a little wonky here in the background. Sorry about that. Zambi did show up, guys, so we're going to go ahead and take Zambi's question. Zambi jumped the list. And then Fairy Dragon, please keep your question ready. We will be grabbing your question here in just a moment. All right. But Zambi, we are going to take this question right after our break. So guys, stay tuned. We'll be right back after these messages. All right, and we are back, guys. Sorry for all the little tech problems we're having here today. We do apologize. We usually have a backup system, but it's not working at the current moment. So if we do have any little hiccups, we do apologize. All right, guys, we're going to keep on going. Zambi was next, so I got Zambi's question here. Zambi says, well, I'm going to say Usman? And leave Sabrina for me. She came to my house to see me. She seemed scared about something. Well, of course, she came to you because she's scared that, he is going to walk away. And she also wanted to see who you were on top of it. She wanted to, basically, to me, it looks like, from what I'm seeing here, it's there was fear there, but there was intimidation. She was trying to basically look at the situation and try to get you to see that he's with somebody, to see if that would just like push you away. As for him walking away from her, eventually, yes, he will walk away from her. As of right now, I'm going to say no, because I do not feel that he's going to make this decision. What's going to happen is I feel like there's going to be a back and forth between them for a while. When I say a while, at least a month's time. Now that she's been there, he's going to get pretty upset about it. If you're trying to let him know that she had shown up there, do it gently. That's what I'm going to tell you on that. And allow yourself to let him make his own decision on this. Because, like I said, I do see him walking away from her, but I don't feel that it's right now. So we're looking at that. Now, usually in a situation like this, I do not put forth my own feelings on how somebody is in a relationship and how they feel about somebody, or if they're in a certain situation as to this one. I do want to tell you that there are a couple people that are interested in you as well. So just a little FYI on that. So the thing is that the reason I tell you that is that you're going to be waiting technically for him. And I don't want you to feel like you're waiting. I don't want you to feel like you're waiting. And that you do have options if you choose this is not your path for you. And I can tell you eventually he does leave Sabrina. As for him walking to you, yes, I do feel like that is the direction in which he would go. But even after he leaves her, it is still going to take even a little bit more time after he does that for him to come forward to you in that type of way, in a romantic way. So this is something that you have to take into consideration about this situation. So just want you to know, because I don't want to see your heart get broke, especially when he is, doing this and going through this transition, and you kind of feel like, well, I'm sitting here on the sidelines waiting for you. Don't. Live your life. Do what you got to do for you. Make sure you're taking care of you. Number one, you need to take care of you. I'm going to pass this over to Nikki. She's got some amazing messages for you.
Hi, honey. Okay, so I am getting a lot of information just about your life experience right now, and I see a lot of major changes coming for you, like a lot of endings and beginnings. I can see that you've had this kind of I guess you can call it a demolition recently. It's sitting really close to you. By demolition, I mean losing things. So this is losing either a job, a relationship, friendships, something attached to your identity, and it was felt unexpected. I emphasize felt instead of saying that it was unexpected, because we always know. It just feels like it blindsides us, but the universe gives us so many signs leading up to before it pulls the rug out from under our feet that we can never really look back and go, I didn't see that coming. We saw it coming. And so anyways, I can see that this, just one more second, I'm going to pull. Okay, gotcha. So this is part of your spiritual growth. I'm not sure if you've worked all the way through this, or even if it's even been fully executed yet, meaning I think that you might have more things coming to like what feels like a very abrupt end soon. And it really can catch you off guard. It can feel like, oh my God, the universe is such a jerk when this happens, right? You're like, that relationship ends, we lose that job, just things come to an end, they're taken from us, and we feel like disempowered by it. Know that The universe has been trying to give you hints and wanting to clear space for a while, but you've been resistant to it for whatever reason. Most likely it's out of fear that nothing else will take its place. And that if you don't hang on to this thing that really isn't serving you anyways, you won't have anything at all. So you have to settle for this and you're clinging to it for dear life. The universe comes along and goes, nope, and just rips it out of your hand. So I do think you're going to experience some more of that. And I think the bulk of it's over, though. I do see some travel for you, and meaning possibly moving. So you might be moving just locations, like moving houses, or you might be moving jobs. But it's like a move, a physical move that is going to help make permanent these changes that have occurred, right? Because when we bring some things to an end, or it's kind of like when we go through a breakup, when we cut our hair, we do things to like kind of cement that new energy, make it permanent, really step into that new energy. And I do see a move happening for you. I don't know if it's residence or job wise, but that change of location is really important to help cement this new energy. As you move forward into the near future, you have a 10 of Earth, and 10 is that number of endings and new beginnings. And under the earth element, it's talking about it's time for you to really end your old relationship with money and finances, and to rebirth and build a new relationship with money and finances, and start thinking about, what do you want your future to look like? What do you want your relationship with money to look like? Is it joyful? Is it a toxic relationship? Or is it like a debt-free, healthy, joyous, unencumbered kind of relationship, right? Our relationship with money isn't a lot different than our relationships with a boyfriend or a friendship or anything else we've committed to. We really get to choose how we cultivate that and what kind of relationship it's going to be. So in the near future, you're really prompted to start thinking about that. That's what a lot of these changes that are happening for you right now are actually setting you up for, your financial future, because money and healing go hand in hand for you.
All right. Beautifully well said. All right. So Fairy Dragon, come on down. You are next on our list. And then I need Jenny to get her question ready, because you will be right after Fairy Dragon. Guys, remember, you can go to our YouTube channel 15 minutes before the show. You can say hi and get on the list quicker. So if you go to our YouTube channel, subscribe, ring the bell, you can get on quicker. So I know some of you guys are on Facebook and watch us from Facebook, but if you get on that YouTube channel and you say hi, your name's going to be 15 minutes before that. So guys, think about that. You can get on there a whole lot quicker if you jump on through YouTube. All right. She said, thank you. You are welcome, sweetheart. So I love positivity. Love, yeah. You have a candle. I've seen it. You're muted.
These ones?
Yes. Positively love Nikki's candle holders.
Thank you. I'm a thrifter. Goodwill, baby.
Oh, yeah. All right. So we've got our next person in line. It says, I just wanting to ask what you see and feel happening first for the guy I'm dating and me this year, getting this house, finding out I'm pregnant or something else. Okay. So right off the bat, I was getting, finding a house is what I saw. That was the big step. That was a big change. I do feel like there's a few hoops you're going to have to jump through in order to get the house that you'll be looking at. But I do see a house in your future for you, because it is showing the new foundation. It's showing your new way of life, your new accepting things new. And as for this relationship, oh boy. So you guys aren't communicating in the way that you need to in order to continue to keep the healthy energy in the relationship. So I'm going to say that don't hold a lot back, but definitely open up a little bit. That way it doesn't seem like arguing, but you are letting them know how you feel about certain things. and how you like certain things. So don't hide your true self from your partner, because I kind of feel like there's a curtain up right now. They can see your silhouette, but they cannot see you clearly. So that's what I'm seeing on the relationship side of things. So make sure you guys are, I know people try to spare other people's feelings, and that's why I say it kindly, but I definitely feel like there needs to be some more communication that happens between you and your partner. It says, we have been looking for a 2-story house and put in for one. It says, do you see when we might get it? When it comes to the house that you're looking for, the one that you're putting in for, again, like I said, there's going to be some hoops to jump through when it comes, but I honestly don't see anything until we go into, we're looking at mid-August, even possibly September, right around that time frame. So between mid-August and the beginning of September, that's when I really see the ball rolling, because again, I saw a few obstacles in the way, but I didn't feel like you weren't going to get it. So that was basically to let you know, just be patient as these opportunities come through. Now, I kind of feel like you're going to get let down in a way, but don't let that get to you. I keep seeing that it feels like, oh, this is never going to happen. I'm not going to be able to get this. I'm not going to be able. Don't talk yourself down. Keep staying positive. Things are going to work themselves out. The helping hands that you need, the loopholes that you need to get through are going to appear. You're going to be able to find everything that you're looking for. So I want you to just stay positive as you go through this process, as it'll be hard to go through. It says, yeah, we've had a few communication problems. Right. Don't let that get the best of you. Allow yourself to stay open, and don't let that drag you down, because it can. I'm going to pass this over to Nikki and see what she's got for you. Muted.
Okay. Okay, so Journey is spot on about house in September. So we've got the Emperor. Emperor is marked by the number 4. There's 4 walls in a room and 4 sides to a house, baby. And that's really representing structure as well in the material world. And then we've got the 9 coming up, and they came up together. And so that's the house definitely coming about in September. Other than that, as far as changes coming along in your life, I do see a change with career, an elevation in career. So whether it's staying in the career that you're in or the path that you're in, but elevating your position somehow, taking on a new project, or actually changing careers, it's leveling up no matter what. Okay. It does include you being more self-employed. So like I said, you could move into more self-employment, or if your career already involves that, or if you're working for someone else, but you get to take on your own project, you get to, lead your own thing. That is going to mirror the energy of self-employment. It's not necessarily about it fitting right into that box. It's about the energy of what does self-employment entail, really, right? It really entails leadership, being able to structure a schedule, implement a design, right? Because when you have a business, you're self-employed, you're designing it. So you can do that when you're working for someone else too. You can implement a design, be a leader. I also see some volunteering, meaning, I don't know how to explain this. It was like an energy revolving around almost like internship. So I'm not sure if you are in a job where there's an opportunity to intern or to apprentice under in order to elevate your station somehow. You have heavenly messages coming through. So you've got a female coming through, and I believe that she is a Virgo, or she has a you've been starting your own YouTube channel. Perfect. Lovely. And so then think about what I just said about the internships, the apprenticeship, right? And you can gain so much from mentorship, right? Money is a great currency, but it's not the only one, right? There's so many other currencies. When we're able to partake in somebody's knowledge, that's really wonderful. Like I said, you've got a female coming through. I believe it's interesting because she has Virgo energy, and Give me just a second. Okay, so she's got Cancer energy. Okay, so she's got Virgo and Cancer energy, meaning she may have been like a September, August, September, or a June, July birthday. She's coming through for you. And then now is a really good time in your present to reach out to others for comfort and love. So whatever has been suppressed in order to move along, survive, live your life, it's time to explore that, but in a really safe space and with someone who can hold sacred space for you. It's a good time to uncap that bottle and let it free for good.
All right. We said the September time.
Yeah, I think we both said September.
Yeah.
And of course, you're a sovereign being, though. So every choice you make and what you choose to participate in, if you choose to change that timeline, that's absolutely possible. So right now, with the energy that you're participating in and the way things are framed, that is what is. But you have the power to change that. And if you didn't, you wouldn't like it. Trust me.
All right. So we've got Jenny on board here. Jenny. All right, Catherine, get your question ready because you're next. And Jenny's got her question. It says, hi, y'all. Without giving me any details that will change anything for me, any changes coming up for me, mostly love, but I'll take any good. Thank you. All right. So the thing is that when it comes to your love life, we're getting closer to that part of your life. So I do see eyes on you. So you're going to find yourself feeling a little bit like, oh, more people are paying attention to me. And what am I doing different? Am I wearing something different? Am I smelling different? No, these people have been seeing you, but you haven't been paying attention. But now this energy is turning around, and I feel as though that you're paying attention a little bit more. So just kind of go with the flow. I do feel like you are going to go on some dates. I do see some dates this month. We're getting closer to that real connection, that real love connection for you, and being able to be with one person. So that's the energy that I see circling. It says, right, I never pay attention. Well, you know, you're busy. Your work really takes a lot of your time. And it's a lot of your focus and getting other things accomplished. And I know love is an important part of everyone's life and everybody would like to have that. And right now you've been focusing on you and taking care of business and doing what you need to do. And that's great. That means you're getting things ready. So when love does walk into your life, something that is, you know, something that's going to keep you going, you can actually give it time. Because you've put all these things in place. You've put everything into perspective. You've done everything that you've needed to do. So you are on the right track. Says, heck yeah, I love it. Well, you know, this is the time. This is the time frame. Now it's time to be able to open up. Now, I'm not going to say that every guy that walks through the door is like Prince Charming. You are going to meet some idiots in tinfoil. You'll know who they are immediately. So you'll know to just be like, well, thank you. I'm not coming to this barbecue because I have enough tinfoil. Thanks. So you'll be able to go, okay, this is not what I want, and be able to go and maybe talk to the next person. Now, I'm seeing at least 2 dates before you start talking to Mr. Right. Now, I know there's people like Mr. Right now. No, these are, thanks for my dinner. Have a good one. And then you move on. So the real love is right on the edge of this month, going into August, right around that time frame. The person I feel like you're going to have that true, real connection with. As it comes for, there's a couple of hiccups before you get to that point. Yes. So don't, but I want you to go on these dates. Even though I'm saying that they're going to be idiots in tinfoil, I kind of want you to get the practice of going out because you have the tendencies a lot of times to say no. So open yourself up, allow yourself to dust it off and get yourself out there, have a little fun, and then you'll be able to open yourself up to new love. I'm going to pass this over to Nikki and see what she's got for you.
Hi, honey. So what I can see for you is that you have either just or recently, I shouldn't say just because that implies like just happened, but that you've either recently had or have a significant birthday coming up. Now, by significant, I don't mean significant by society standards because we tend to focus on like 18, 21, 40, but it's significant for you because it represents something to you. And you're in a space for this birthday that is either coming up or has recently passed. It's just different this year, right? It's different because you're in a different space of growth. And it's this realization our birthdays tend to be more meaningful when we realize that we've either lost something or we've gained something by aging, right? That we've left some part of our life behind or we're moving towards some kind of milestone. I see that now is a really good time in your life for you to do your grief work. So I can sense and see through your cards that you hold a lot of grief. Now we process our grief through our chest. In Chinese medicine, metal is the element that represents the lungs, okay? And this is where we process our grief. So it's really good for you to open that chest up, pull those shoulders way back and spread that chest open. That's not just symbolic, it's physiological as well, and it allows for energy to be released. You can also do a foam roller. You can lay on your back and do that and just open your chest up and let that stuff go, babe. Your grief comes along with healing from the past, obviously, but it also comes along with moving into the future where you get to really participate in your hobbies. Now, hobbies are something we think are kind of trivial. We're like, oh, that's just a hobby. But hobbies give us so much vitality. They're such an important element in our overall makeup, right? It can't be, all work and no play. And so part of what restricts you from really giving into your hobbies in a joyful way and getting super interested in something like coin collecting or whatever hobby it is, that's such a random hobby, is some of your grief, right? You're restricted. And so even sitting here listening to me right now, honey, you might find that you're doing this. Do you protect your chest a lot? Do you turn your shoulders in to try to guard that grief, keep it with you? You don't need to anymore. You're safe. You open it up and let it go. I see that you work for a good company and you're going to be moving up at some point in the near future. And you need to, again, start thinking about your hobbies because it's an expression of your divine creator nature. And you are a creator. You're an artist, honey. So what's your art form and how are you sharing your art with the world? And think outside of the box there when I say art.
All right. Woo-hoo, yes, great company. All right. Well, Jenny, I know you've been waiting and waiting and waiting, and we love you for that. She says, my new boss starts tomorrow. Your boss is going to love you, is what I'm seeing. Just so you know. All right. She said, thank you, Nikki.
You're so welcome.
All right. So our next person in line was Catherine. Catherine, come on down. Says, well, we love y'all. No problem. Thank you. Back at you.
Yeah, right back at you.
Guys, remember, we do have a YouTube channel that you guys can like and subscribe to and get the opportunity to say hi 15 minutes earlier before the show. On Facebook, it doesn't allow us to do that, but on YouTube, it does, and get you the opportunity to get on the list that much quicker. All right, guys. We got Catherine here. Catherine is going to be our last question of the night. Remember, guys, we will be here tomorrow night with myself and Nikki. So if you guys didn't get your chance to get your questions tonight, don't have a problem coming in tomorrow and talking. Remember, 15 minutes early, YouTube, check it out. Now, if you say something prior to the 15 minutes before the show, those will be ignored. So at technically 9:45 our time, those are the ones we start saying we put down on our list. So no matter if you switch over to Facebook, your name will still be whatever it was on YouTube. So just know, guys, we keep track. All right. She says, or Carlin be able to help out with my bills again soon, utilities. He does so only when he gets overtime, and that cut out for a while. Feeling a financial squeeze. Thank you, homies. All right, sweetness. So when I looked at this situation and what you're asking me here, what I can tell you when it comes to your situation with him, I do feel like he is going to be able to help out, but he's not okay. So he helps out, but he doesn't give as much as normal. So I do feel like, yes, you will be able to get the helping hand, but I also see not just him, but I definitely feel like, hang on a second, guys. I do feel like he's going to help, and then somebody else is going to help. So just know that there's an extra helping hand coming in this time that's going to help you with some other stuff, and that'll be okay. So finances won't be as tight as they're feeling right now. So you won't feel this squeeze, you won't feel this worry, and you'll be able to relax a little bit. I'm hoping this is going to help you relax a little bit too, knowing that this financial help is definitely going to come in for you guys. So just know that things are coming in. The finances will get a little bit better, and it won't feel so tight. So you'll be able to go, let it out. You'll be able to sleep at night. The bills will be paid. Everything's good. So the other thing is that you've got some, like I said, other helping hands. I'm seeing some friends. Spirit's telling me that some old friends from long ago are going to communicate with you. This is more likely through social media of some type. Now, these are people that you haven't spoken to in a long time. I see a male and a female, and I don't want you to think that they're looking for anything or wanting anything. The only thing they actually want to do is communicate with you. It's been a long time, and they want to say hi. And so I don't want you to feel like there's any type of ill intent or ill will or anything like that. But Spirit was screaming, let her know people are coming. People are coming. So I wanted to make sure that you knew that, and know that your finances are going to be okay as well. I do feel like when it comes to helping out, it is going to take a little while to get you some financial need, but I definitely see it there, and I definitely feel like you're going to get what you're looking for. We'll go ahead and pass this over to Nikki, see what she's got for you. And here we go, Nikki.
Yes, I see that happening for you. I have the windfall card for you, which I rarely pull for people. And if you're not familiar with that term, because it's kind of old fashioned, we don't hear that a lot, but it's abundance. It's a turn of luck. It's the winning lottery ticket. Now there's a spectrum of abundance and turn of luck. It depends on what that abundance is that you're needing and that you're calling into your life, because your intention is very powerful. Sometimes it is as big as a winning lottery ticket, and sometimes it's as big as a friend just somehow tuning into what you need and calling and saying, hey, I just felt like you needed someone to talk to. That's a turn of luck. That's abundance. Okay. I do think that this is going to be monetary. And so I think you're going to be provided with what you need. Universe isn't really fond of waste. So I don't know that you'll be provided with more than what you need, but I think that that's fine. Also in your cards, I can see that I'm not sure if it's with you or your partner or someone really close to you, and it's on your energetic imprint, but there's a history with like addiction and codependency that comes up in the past because it wants to be acknowledged that that's been left behind. It's almost like a attaboy, right? Your celestial team saying, hey, there we go. That's in the past, right? It's in the past, baby. And so I'm not sure if it's you or someone really close to you, and that has an effect on your perspective of whether or not you're someone who's even worthy of receiving abundance, or if you can have that abundant kind of lifestyle, right? Because you have a history associated with addiction and codependency. Again, whether it's yourself or someone close to you, right? We tend to get into, because addiction and codependency all comes right hand in hand with a financial, a poor relationship with finances, right? And so whether that was you or your parents or a partner or something like that, you may have this this underlying belief, whether you've really tuned into it yet, you're tuning into it now, of that there might be an underlying belief that you don't deserve wealth, that you don't deserve to be abundant, to have all your basic needs cared for and more, right? And so it's a good time to explore that and know the past is in the past. So whether that was your parents, your upbringing, or yourself, it no longer affects you. It does not control you, honey. I do see that in despite of struggles that you've had financially, you are someone who really resides in gratitude, which is wonderful because gratitude is it's one of the golden healers that accompanied with unconditional love, right? I mean, heal everything, anything and everything. And so you really reside in a state of gratitude. You're able to really turn your focus towards gratitude rather than fear in the hard moments and rely on your faith, which is really beautiful. And I do see that you have a change in perspective coming up. And so I think that change in perspective is going to be that realization of the past doesn't own me. Whatever relationship with finances that was forged in my past because of whatever happened, whatever you've done or people close to you did or how you were raised, that doesn't provide the entire framework for the rest of your life. And even if it's taken you this long to figure it out, that doesn't matter. It's just as powerful to find it out now than if you would have found it out 10 years ago. It's not any more impactful, right? So I just want you to know that and sit with that. Very big into gratitude. Lovely, lovely, lovely. It's harder said than done sometimes to step into the gratitude when you're experiencing a lot of interference and fear. So good on you for being able to do that.
Absolutely. Well, guys, we have come to the end of our show. Tune in tomorrow. It's going to be myself and Nikki, and we will be giving you guys the answers you seek. Guys, don't forget, we do have a tarot class, a free tarot class. If you guys go to email us at mypsychicconnection@gmail.com. Title it Tarot Class, and we will get you guys set up. We will be doing that here soon, and I will be emailing everybody the deck that you guys need in order to start. So it will cost about $22 in order for you to get the first deck, in which we will get you started, and this way we can tune into your psychic abilities, because when using the tarot, your psychic ability starts to take over.
That's a good price for a tarot deck. I don't think I've ever bought one under 30. So that's a steal. I was like, $22.
I found that. I'm going to pass along the link. And also, guys, we will be soon selling my decks of tarot. I have 2 decks out, and I have a third on the way. The third one is in the middle of getting printed as we speak. So very excited about that. So we guys share that, and I'll be giving my psychics here at My Psychic Connection a deck of their own. A signed deck. Fancy. All right, guys. Want to say thank you so much. Nikki, thank you for being here. It's been a pleasure. And guys, tune in tomorrow night, 10 p.m. Eastern, 9 Central. And what time is it for you at Pacific time?
7 is when I start.
7.
Yep, 7 p.m. In the Pacific Northwest, baby.
There you go, guys. You heard it. Right over there in the Pacific time zone. All right, guys. We love you. Have a great night. I hope everybody had a great time with the fireworks. Until then, we'll see you tomorrow night. This is Journey and Nikki signing off.